or the back kick. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, John, because this is the officials are coming out.
Please welcome the officials for the bronze medal final.
And our referee is Hilnur Gisarason from Iceland, with Azerbaijan, Sweden, Finland, the 3 judges. In fact, Elshad Mamadov, I wonder if that's Mr. Mamadov's father who's a judge. It is. Well, he's a judge here. There we go. And Cyprus on the review panel. Vladislav Arventii of Moldova. We're going to be seeing a Moldovan athlete later on in this week with Aaron Cook, freshly Moldovan, of course. He used to represent GB and had a period with the Isle of Man. And Moldova, they do have a number of fighters. Arventii, the bronze medalist at the European Championships here last year. And Bonilla, well, he's got a tough ask because Bonilla is the current Olympic champion. Took a gold at European Championships 2012. Semi-finalist at the World Championships, although at 63 kilogram level. And the Spanish #1 athlete in this weight group, Atencia, having done so well at the World Championships, was left at home, and they gave Bonilla this chance.
No, Joe Gonzales, you know, you talk about maybe the kings and queens of the sport. This young man is just the prince of the sport, just top level, world class, as you mentioned, winning that Olympic Games title, and he won it in the last second against Korea with a top face shot. And Arventii, well, the young man from Moldova, has a very explosive style, and he's going to need that. He's going to have to work hard to get round the long limbs of Bonilla. And it's the jumping style as well from the Spaniard. Tries to give different angles and lots of things for Arventii to think about. That's the job of the fighter, is to become a huge thought in the opponent's mind.
Yeah. Well, the Moldovan had a tough time against a taller opponent. Maybe, what was it, 3 hours or so ago in the semi-final, and in fact it's almost like his nightmare has come back to visit him, because Bonilla is very much a similar body shape, very much a similar style, and Arventii couldn't do anything about his taller opponent in the semi-final at all. He gave it his all, and there he scores with a roundhouse kick.
He's doing something here. It was a similar start to the match with that jumping push kick just dropping in and taking the simple start for Bonilla, but I've been very impressed with the explosive power of Arventii. He's quick off the mark, and he steps in there with a good shot, and indeed flicks one past. 2 points to the good now, a 3-1 advantage for the man from Moldova.
That was a lovely move from a Moldovan, because Arventii scored as Bonilla came in, and then hit him again as he left.
Well, that's the thing. Welcome in and don't come back. You know, it's one of those shots, and a bit of a low blow there, but he's very tough, Arventii. What I like about him is he never takes his eye off the target.
Yeah.
And that is the mark of a great fighter. And if these guys were height for height, Arventii streaks ahead.
Well, Bonilla holding centre stage here. But the Moldovan fighter, Arventii in blue, has got a lot of energy, and he's certainly happy to trade kick for kick here. And here starting to push his opponents around a bit, using that extra bit of leg length that he has.
Wonderful shot there from Bonilla on the buzzer, but he was beaten by the clock, and you can see, much to his own chagrin there.
Well, he sort of walks off, has a little look at himself on the big screen, wonders, hoping that he's going to see a replay maybe, and did that count?
The Spanish coach asking him to use a little bit more, get a little bit more momentum in his movement there, try and throw the balance off, because the quickness of Arventii is only off the spot. He's not good at moving and kicking. He stands steady and fires the shot, so Bonilla is going to have to move around and put him off a little bit. But when you're tall like that, it's easier said than done.
Yeah, that was a very good first round there for Arventii, who certainly got pushed around a lot by the taller athlete in the semi-final, and, well, maybe he's learnt a little bit from that lesson, because he's certainly come out all guns blazing here on Bonilla, who's the outstanding favourite in this. He's only world ranked number 20 at this level, Bonilla, but to be honest, it's simply because he's a bit like Tazigo we saw earlier. He just picks and chooses all the big ones. He doesn't like flying around the world collecting points. He's one of those dangerous athletes. He's lower ranked, so you might get him in the first round as a good athlete, and you know, he's obviously much better than his ranking.
And he's a tough guy as well. I mean, he's that kind of, don't mess him around. He's got that strength about him, and Bonilla knows he's in a match here, and he's really labouring a little bit. I think he got winded there on the way down, landed heavily, and as you land and get a kyungo as well for your troubles.
Yeah, that was quite a heavy landing there. He's a long way to fall as well.
That's a good point, Adrian. Indeed.
Certainly straight on his backside, and that obviously sent him a bit of a shudder up his backbone. I'm amazed sometimes seeing some of the big hits that these guys take, and they're obviously hurting badly, but still manage to carry on fighting, because, you know, you can't just say, oh, I'll have an injury timeout or anything like that. You know, you have to keep fighting. If you can't fight, sorry, but the match is over.
Yep, it's a full contact martial art, and then making contact there is Bonilla just dropping that kick into the body protector. 3-2 now for the Spaniard. But I like Arventii's style. He's just kind of like dragging himself around the ring here. He gets a little bit of a judo throw there from Bonilla, who gets away with one. For my money, it was more of a push than a fall.
Well, to be honest, I would have thought Bonilla would have got the kyungo there, because there was no doubt the leg was out, and he gave him a little push and a tumble. And if those are going to be given like that, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to see a few athletes pushing each other around a lot more, if that's the rule. We'll put that down just to a mistake to the official, but it has levelled it up a little bit on the kyungos.
A nice little jumping side kick there just to try and give Bonilla something to think about. The Moldovan, Arventii, has that lead, and he's got that ferocity about him as he's taken another shot there, and he's really got that kind of Hulk strength. He's in there, in close, he's got the power in the clinch. There's a headshot from Bonilla, and another one just switching past the head.
What an incredible view from that camera, as well as Arventii manages to duck out the way as the third swings in. Yeah, incredible reflexes from a Moldovan. And again,
on the buzzer,
nearly another head kick on the buzzer. Well, Bonilla looks away in disgust a little bit there. He seems to be timing his head kicks perfectly. But what amazing reflexes from Arventii there. We got a great view of it on camera.
No, absolutely, Adrian, and it's just the point that I was wanting to emphasise a little bit, is that when you are the smaller fighter, you can only fight in a certain way, and you've mastered that. And Arventii knows that. As a fly look at the scoreboard there, he knows what's good for him, and he's got a lot of strength here behind each shot.
Yeah.
And the reason that he's got strength is he's prepared to keep his head in the game. If you lean back, your power goes with you. Arventii's in there looking for the scoring shot. You mentioned about Roback earlier on with that accurate style. The only way you can do that is if you're really looking, and leaning back is very difficult to do that. So that body balance being exhibited here by Arventii.
Yep. Well, Karel Roback, of course, we saw Tazagul, who Roback beat earlier. Tazagul looked in fine form. Arventii is looking good here. Was made to look ordinary by Roback. So if anything, shares in Roback are going up all the time here, because these are people he's beaten who are looking very good.
Yep.
And Bonilla is no pushover at all.
Absolutely agree with that analysis there. And the Moldovan, can he keep the pressure on? Because Bonilla doesn't like to be in close in that distance. He needs you to be far away from him, or ideally coming towards him.
Yeah. Interesting there, Arventii was almost going over again. There was a little bit of a trip going on, and he learnt from the kyungo early and made an effort to stay up. You know, these athletes are very, very clever. They're aware of things like that and make an adjustment.
Yep, in that microsecond, the adjustment there, the blocking, but there's a headshot there, smack straight in, and that's what it's about, the timing to perfection. You find the gap, you exploit it, and Joel Gonzales Bonilla, that's a bit of world-class Taekwondo there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just when he saw the opportunity, the Moldovan just dropped his guard for a second, and the kick was in a fraction of a second.
Well, Arventii's going to have a plan B. Has he got time to do it? He's trying to show the referee that he needs to fix his shin guard, and he has seen that. They both take the opportunity to catch a breather. Still in this, there's a minute left here, Arventii. Yeah. There's a kyungo hanging. I'm sorry, but for me that's punitive in the extreme. That's a match-changing kyungo there for asking the referee to protect the safety of your own leg. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, I think he's a bit of an old-school referee we've got here, and yeah, little things like that are what makes you so bitter about referees, isn't it, John? It's unfair. It's just unnecessary,
it's unfair
isn't it?
on Arventii. It's unfair in the progress of the match because it's a game changer now. It's a 2-point cushion for Bonilla with 30 seconds left in the third.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you, John. No need for that whatsoever, and he's now penalised the Moldovan and affected the match in a way. If there was only 1 point difference, but now he knows he needs to get
Tries
2
a
points.
quadruple on the inside. He scored one there and he stepped off the mat. He's going to take the Kyungo. Well, we go 6 points each. Arventii, to the delight of the home crowd here. He's extended this one.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have a video replay or a coach's conversation. Oh, sorry.
I think the
judge's conversation.
the judges want to have a little chat. No, we've got a card.
Yep.
We've got a card. John, that's amazing. Well, I'm not sure what he was saying there, but you know, the crowd here just appreciated good fighting because, you know, for them, Moldova versus Spain, there's no favouritism, but they absolutely love this move here.
Well, spins in, then picks up the double, scores the shot, in that one, on the last kick he scores it. Bonilla steps out, to his credit, still trying to kick.
Has he stepped out? Oh, he has stepped
yeah,
out,
for
there's
sure.
no doubt. Now, that could be... Now, I've got a feeling that is the only thing that card could be for, to say he didn't step out.
They're saying that he didn't do anything to get the Kyungo. I think that was my interpretation of the Spanish coaches.
But he stepped out of court, and that's a definite Kyungo. You can't step out. There was a shot there of 2 feet outside the ring, and I think the Spanish card is going to be... Now, this is not the angle to be looking at, unless they might just be able to see that. Yeah, maybe they can.
He's saying that he didn't do anything. Why did he get the Kyungo? But I think it's more in hope than expectation. A little bit of pedology here. I can see the card going into the pocket of the referee.
Absolutely.
Is this one going into sudden death, Adrian?
Well, it's certainly livened up a little bit. 6-all, just seconds to go. And Arventii, oh, well, there'll be another yellow card there. He did touch his hand on the floor. And, well, sudden death, golden point.
I'm so impressed by Arventii here. He refused to give up, and to produce a 360 spinning kick, to travel that full revolution, to throw the double, all credit to him.
Oh, and you can see he's in the zone, isn't he? He's absolutely loving it. Here he is against the Olympic champion. You know, Arventii he's ranked 16. He's only ever taken 1 medal before in a major event.
What
and
a headshot that is, Adrian.
Oh, look at that.
Textbook.
Yeah. And Bonilla, he thrives on shots like that. Look at his face as he hits his headshot. Whoa.
Loved it. Loved it.
That's
but
why...
this here, what a riposte, what a response. And this is what's put him in the sudden death round.
Yeah.
And the next point's the winner.
And that Kyungo achieved as Bonilla left the court. So now there's a final 2-minute period, and it's the first one to score will take the bronze medal. Really good bout of Taekwondo this is. Difference in styles, and who's going to take it?
Open stance straight away, tries with the back leg, turning, and it is goal for Bonilla. Wonderful front leg there, Adrian. He picked the shot and he deserved it.
And Arventii was sure that he'd got it. He was celebrating before he'd looked at the scoreboard. He felt he had a good kick on Bonilla's vest, but it was the counter-attack that countered. And yeah, Arventii is a bit distraught there because that would be a major medal on his mantelpiece. Whereas Bonilla, well, he's probably going to have another extension built, isn't he, for the next few years for all the medals that he'll be collecting. But a bronze medal here, and you've got to feel for Arventii because he has absolutely given his all there. Hats off to him, but it's Bonilla of Spain, the Olympic champion, who will take the bronze by 7 points to 6.
Well, Bonilla, of course, good value for it. Just in the end there, it's all about fairness in Taekwondo, and that is a fair way to end. This is the shot that seals the deal. Arventii knew that he'd just got the distance wrong. That was the first time he was caught in the wrong distance. And that was the shot that sealed the bronze medal. Happy days for Spain. A deserved victory in the end, but I was very, very impressed by Arventii, the first man from Moldova on the mat here at the European Games.
Yes, thoroughly good performance from the Moldovan. And, well, he can hold his head up for sure because he's really given the Olympic champion a run for his money. Well, we've got 2 bouts.